What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, I want to play something for y'all, and I want you guys to just pay attention to what's being said. And I'm going to read some comments after that. Hold up. Hold up. All right, so this is Shakur Stevenson.
Do you think in your prime, if you were to fight Pacquiao in his prime, how would that go?
I think I was smoking Pacquiao.
In his prime?
Yeah, I think I like Pacquiao, but like I was gonna make sure he took them tests. Like it was gonna have to be them tests was gonna be taken. I wasn't gonna fight him without making sure he was like doing the tests and everything was like straight far as no cheating or nothing.
Do you think in your prime?
Now,
If you were
there is a lot of people that agreed that they thought maybe Pacquiao might have been taking something. Boxing fans, different boxing personalities. Now, Shakur gave his opinion on what he think would have happened if they fought. That's just right. Whether you agree with him or not, that has nothing to do with his skin color. That has nothing to do with his nationality. It's just basically you either think he was, that he is, or not good enough to fight Pacquiao and win. So let me read some of these tweets. And different people have access to these videos and things, so you may see something that have a different variation of comments. But so now let's see how the public, a lot of people feel about Shakur Stevenson as a fighter. This guy needs to stop talking before he really does anything with his career. So basically, he's done nothing yet compared, in the eyes of these people. Pac-Man was badass. Not sure what ped people think he used. I would say if anything, he used EPO like runners, distance, and cyclists use. I'm trying to say what cyclists use. He put cycling use. Okay. He never got tired, in my opinion. He a smart fella. Okay, so somebody probably got his nickname from all the pills he ate, like the game. And they have a Pac-Man emoji eating dots. Okay, whatever. Yeah, there's some dumb shit up here as well, but just say, who is this coon boy? Coon boy. Yeah, this is crazy. Who is this guy? Okay, so either they don't know him or they're pretending. Deep down, he know he ain't believe it, but he gotta say it though. You can tell he idolized Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a fighter, not just a boxer. Most don't understand the difference. One side of spectrum. I guess you're trying to say one side of the spectrum. You got boxers with undefeated records because they careful and don't want to take risks. Okay, I ain't reading all this shit. This dude put like a whole goddamn. Okay. And see, they always got to reference Floyd. You see how Floyd has nothing to do with this. I don't care what a guy's record was. Undefeated means nothing. To me, the way a guy protect their O these days, funny how after Mayweather called Pacquiao out for using steroids as he never KO anyone else again. Okay. Paulie Malignaggi also said he believed Pacquiao was taking something, and he made several comments about Paulie. You know what I never seen in the comments? Who is this cracker? Who is this white boy? Why this white boy got so much money? I never seen that. Never heard people refer to Paulie as anything about his nationality. Not saying that somebody didn't, but I'm just saying, it wasn't something that you see often. But we always hear Clarissa Shields is a big mouth American. You know it. Just like an American to be arrogant. Calm down, son. You haven't done anything yet. My point. As a long-time boxing fan, that's a good take. Not a fan of Mayweather, but he fought everybody and some tough dudes, just like Pacquiao, who even took L's and came back to win even some big fights. I agree his speed and footwork increased the kinetic power of his punches. All right. You always got these people trying to sound intelligent, just saying shit and like, okay. Stay mad, I put out facts. All right, whatever the fuck that meant. Yeah. Black Americans think they can beat everyone. Again, what is his nationality? What fighter do you know that's going to be asked that question? That you expect to say I couldn't beat Pacquiao. People blast Anthony Joshua because when they asked him who would win in their primes, him versus Mike Tyson, and he said, "You kill it, Mike he would kill me." And I remember thinking, are you saying that because you think that's the politically correct answer, or do you really believe that Mike would have beat you? And if you look at Anthony Joshua's actions and his words, haven't he been getting blasted for that? Like his confidence is not there. What type of fighter says another fighter will beat you? Oh, ain't it funny? Again, how it's selective with who we say this type of shit about. Why would Shakur Stevenson have to doubt himself? But certain conversations are not even worth really getting into. Certain questions are not even worth answering simply because it's just so much BS. And nobody's saying, now, nobody's saying he should lie, right? Just like I never said he should have lied and said he think Devin won if that's not what he felt. I said he should have answered that question completely different. Now, you know how people was coming to Shakur Stevenson's defense when I made that video saying, what did he do wrong? All he said was what he truly felt. Well, how come when he say what he truly feels about beating Pacquiao, or he get all these ignorant ass comments and a bunch of, hateful shit said towards him? Yeah. See, it's okay when he said that about Devin because you wanted Lomachenko to win and you want people to feel like Lomachenko really won, so you want him to support that claim. I said the fact that he was the mandatory, which they stripped him of that and made Lomachenko number one and made Shakur number two. He jumps in the ring and says, for those who don't remember or don't know, that Lomachenko should be undisputed. He won that fight. Yet, he also said, okay, he was the mandatory and that he was fighting the winner regardless. That's what he was told, right? Yeah. Why was it so hard to get in and say, hey, listen, I'm not worried about who I think won or whatever. Bottom line is this, Devin Haney, he got what I want. I'm coming for Devin Haney. Bottom line, something to that effect of, man, listen, that's not even important. Hey, listen, it was a good fight. They both brought it. Haney got the decision. That's who I want. I want undisputed. No, he went there and went into let's ride the Loma Christ wave, and it backfired on him. And they showed him what they think about him. You understand? So now when he answers this question, man, I don't, one person who, according to his thumbnail, his profile pic was a black person, was the one that said he can understand why Shakur would say that. Because, as a, whatever. Okay. Pac-Man fucks him up right now, even as old as he is. Wow, this person has no respect for Shakur whatsoever, huh? Obviously. Shut the fuck up. You dudes on here talking out your ass, saying some deep down, he know he ain't believe it. Okay, so that's somebody defending Shakur. Yeah. Yeah. Stop touching your teeth and get a toothpick. Maybe you can get this shit out between the gap teeth and speak properly. You see, like these little ignorant comments. Shakur looks like he's a part of the LGBTQ. Oh, no, okay, so he looks gay. None of this shit. You see what I mean about the ignorant comments? Pac-Man is a legend and Hall of Famer. Shakur is a want to be ghetto fighter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever that means. This guy has done nothing and is using Pacquiao's name for attention. Well, he was actually answering the question, but as I said, not to avoid this kind of shit, but just in general, airheads don't get anything. They wouldn't mind if he said he could beat Floyd Mayweather. They wouldn't mind if he said that, because they hate Floyd Mayweather. So they would love if he said that. Floyd Mayweather waited for Pacquiao to get old and was only confident because he knew Pacquiao wasn't the same. Manny Pacquiao, okay, is 2 fucking years younger than Floyd. Floyd tried to get that fight that happened with Pacquiao before 4 fucking years, 3 years or whatever it was that it took. And we know Floyd did a year in prison. And Floyd, all he wanted was random drug testing. That's all. And Pacquiao said it was against his religion, sarcastic bullshit, just had no interest. And it wasn't until he got knocked out by by Marquez, okay, by Juan Manuel, whatever the fuck, however you say his fucking name, okay, Juan Manuel Marquez, all right, when he got knocked out by him, Pacquiao would not stand, he wouldn't stop saying Floyd's name. Everything was Floyd. I can beat Floyd easily. I can beat Floyd. I want to fight Floyd. All before that loss, he never would answer that question directly to yes, I want the fight. It was just the manager and trainer decided we find out I hate the fight. He never would just yes, I want that fight until after Marquez knocked him out, because not only did he realize he was missing out on a huge payday, the biggest payday of his career to date, but also the fact that opportunity might, go by. You have to come back and win. It's possible you might lose a comeback fight. And I forget the guy name he fought, but he came back and fought some meatball that Robert Garcia and everybody hyped up. Like, man, that dude was past his prime. He was washed up, and even in his prime, he was okay. Forget the guy's name. It doesn't matter anyway. Was it Brandon Rios? I think it was. But bottom line is, that was bullshit that Floyd waited for him to get. How the fuck do you wait for somebody to get old and you're older than them? And clearly, I remember what was going on. So this was a whole, everybody that hates Floyd want to twist that lie and narrative and make it like it's something that it really wasn't. Floyd didn't wait for shit to happen. In fact, I remember when Floyd told the story and made it known, and even in front of Pacquiao's face, when he told how he told him, I could wire you, was it 10 million or whatever right now, and we'll wire you the rest after the fight for whatever the offer was that he offered Pacquiao, and Pacquiao did not want that fight. Not at that time anyway, for whatever the fuck it was going through his mind, but he didn't want to take random drug tests and anything. Isn't it funny how now Manny Pacquiao was begging Floyd for a fight, I think last month, simply because he got tax problems. His money is funny. So now he's like, they can fight exhibition, whatever kind of fight, he'll take whatever kind of testing, all this shit. Now you're open to do it, right? So it's like, bro, Floyd was going to take the same test. So you see, people love to spin these fucking narratives and try to make it what they want it to be. Floyd ain't duck shit. Floyd ain't fucking have no, I'm waiting for him to get old bullshit. That was Manny Pacquiao not accepting the fucking fight. Simple. He didn't want the terms. Why? So Why wouldn't people think that he was on something? What do you have to hide? Take the fucking test. Simple. Now put shoe on the other foot. Pacquiao's calling out Floyd, and Floyd talk about because of my religion. You know what I'm saying? I don't, I don't believe in taking random drug tests. But yeah, okay, whatever. Now for him to say that, how many times didn't he take a drug test? So you don't know if Manny Pacquiao was on something or not. But bottom line is, he avoided the test openly. This wasn't some behind the scenes. He in front of a camera said that shit. Stop. Come on with the bullshit, man. Another big mouth American, blah, blah, blah. Pac-Man would have fucked you up. It's so funny, because I'm saying, when it's not a black American, I don't hear the term American being attached to people. It's always when it's a black American. That's when they want to attach your nationality and black this, black that. You got to remind him of what the fuck his nationality is. He know what the fuck he is. This is exactly my point. I think I read enough. See, this is the whole thing of what these black fighters are going to learn sooner than later. If they learn. Some of them. Let's say some of them. Possibly. You always hit a turn when it comes to different fighters, especially the ones that get some notoriety. You always hear the term, this fighter has a whole country behind him. Okay? You will not have that country behind you. If, for example, the people that hate Devin Haney for beating Lomachenko, let's say Shakur Stevenson fought him and beat Devin Haney, they wouldn't give a fuck about Devin Haney. The whole thing was, they'd like, yeah, that nigga beat that nigga. That's all it would be. They don't give a shit about no fucking Shakur Stevenson either. They just would be glad the fact that Haney has a loss, because he has no losses for one, but they would be glad the fact that, okay, yeah, now he has a loss. And let's just say, for example, if it was a controversial decision where people thought Haney really won, they'd be like, yeah, now you know what it felt like. Yeah, you understand? It's just, for them, they feel like it's some moral victory. That's what losers do. They feel like they're, like, they benefit off of somebody else's downfall. But it has no effect on bettering their life or doing anything. I don't see how that would happen. Because if Devin Haney would have got knocked the fuck out, it doesn't do anything for me. Like I said, unless you bet on the fight and lose some money, well, hey, other than that, no. So when you see people putting the Ukraine flag up and they're in America, you see them putting up the Mexican flag, the British flag, or the Filipino flag, whatever, and they're in the arena in America, and you know that you don't have your country behind you. And for you to ride that wave, thinking that that's going to elevate you. I remember somebody was interviewing Shakur Stevenson and says something about he got a lot of respect when he fought Oscar Valdez and the way he won that fight so easily that he probably would anything have the respect of the Mexican fans. And going into the next fight, his fan base is probably bigger because not only, is he from Newark and the city of Newark backs him up, but he probably have the Mexican, all this shit. Nah, I'm not saying sporadically, just spread out. There may be a few Mexican people that might like Shakur Stevenson as a fighter, but no, overall, no. That's not the way that shit works. Stop playing fucking games. You will not fight a Mexican fighter and get cheered. You're going to get fucking booed. Shane Mosley used to come out. I remember he came out with the Mexican colors on. I seen Tank do it. I seen Floyd do it. The reality is, if you're fighting someone of a different nationality, yeah, a certain country, certain people from different countries might be more on your side at that point, but not if you're fighting their country, man. That's bullshit. And instead of you trying to ride a wave, and I'm saying this for this reason, I don't care if it's Keyshawn Davis, if it's Frank Martin, if it's Tank Davis, if it's any of these black fighters, right? They always jump on and talk mega shit about each other. They always do that kind of shit. But yet they praise fighters that never give them praise. You saw the video after the last Oscar Valdez fight. Shakur went back there to greet him and all that. Now, I don't know if he went into Oscar Valdez's opponent's dressing room and greeted him, but he came in and greeted Oscar Valdez, went on. And it's not that there's any harm in that, but that's my point, is like, you don't see these black fighters going to each other's dressing rooms to greet them and, yo, man, good fight, whatever. But they go out their way to do that shit for other people that don't give a fuck about them. And that's why at any fight, when someone says, well, I want to say thank you to my country and to my people. Listen, my people. So these black fighters seem like they're afraid to show love and to say that same thing about their people. And y'all know, if you've been following my channel, I try to stay away from shit like this because it's like, let's keep it boxing. But it's like, you know what's happening? The climate is changing. And all you see and hear is everything being about race. The true colors come out of people when shit goes down. And comments like this, I see on a regular. I see this kind of shit on a regular. So, yeah, you don't have your country behind you. America's been divided for the longest. And the thing is, it's not just a black and white thing. It's like something about us where we feel like we have to bash each other. You going to visit Oscar Valdez don't mean shit. You speaking good about Bam Bam, that don't mean shit. You sitting up here talking about, Lomachenko should be undisputed. Well, only thing that meant was he bumped your ass to number 2. That's what happened. Sanctioning body said, hey, fuck you, Shakur. Hey, yeah, you're number 2. He's number 1. And he lost the fight. And you heard Mauricio say, hey, I have no problem with the decision. But within his organization and then 2 others, they moved you down and put Lomachenko on top of you. So, this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. He make a comment that he would have smoked Pacquiao out of his boots, and all of a sudden, it's hatred. Larry Holmes went through that when he said Marky Marciano couldn't carry my jockstrap. And do you know the one thing that people overlook about that too? Leading up to that comment, every fucking interview they had with Larry Holmes, Rocket Marciano, constantly bringing him in his 49-0 up. Constantly. And it was this constant comparison where it was almost like they wanted Larry to say, hey, listen, when they come to Marciano, hey, I would never be a Marciano, but I'm trying. I mean, if I do go 49-0, he still would have whooped my ass. But it was like constantly. Why? I always feel like when you bring up other people's name and you constantly trying to make a comparison, and it's like you're trying to trigger something. You're trying to say something that you know you're going to get a different reaction. Maybe you're trying to edge it on where this person is going to say something and get a lot of hatred. Because Larry Holmes was a hated man. He was a hated fighter, and they never really gave Larry Holmes his props. So he said he would that Marciano couldn't hold his jockstrap. And so what? Big deal. Why? Because it's Marciano? When he beat Muhammad Ali, a lot of people hated him because, hey, this is Ali. And then Ali was pretty much way past his prime. He was done. He was done. And Ali took a beating and just refused to go down. All right? Holmes just did his job. But you ask any fighter a question, and that's my point. Ask anybody right now the same question, and most people are going to tell you, well, he's supposed to say that. It's not what you're supposed to say. You say what you feel. Okay? I remember Muhammad Ali. Pause. Yeah, like I said, I always have receipts. And this is because and I remember somebody said, I never heard Ali say that. And people kill me with that. Like, okay, I didn't ask you what you heard. I know what I heard. So this is just honesty. It's not about what you're supposed to say. You be honest about where you stand. This is Muhammad Ali, obviously 20 years old, whatever, before he fought Sonny Liston. This is when he was on the come up. Now, let's listen to what Muhammad Ali had to say about Liston and Patterson.
Patterson, which would you rather fight and why?
Well, to tell you the truth, I would fight Floyd
Patterson because Sonny Liston is a much rougher fighter than Patterson. He's a much harder hitter than Patterson. And Sonny Liston, I watched him here in the gym a few months ago, and he can hit a guy in the elbows and just about break his arm.
You don't think that you could win with Sonny?
Well, not right now. I say about another year or so. You have to admit, I mean, Sonny Liston's a good boy, and he's uncrowned champion, and everybody's dodging him.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, honesty. So nobody never said Shakur Stevenson should have went there and lied if he really felt that Lomachenko won. But again, I'm not telling you what I think I would have said. I know if I'm in that situation, because you got to pay attention. You also have to understand the intentions of people, why they're saying what they're saying, why they think what they think, what space are they coming from. So when you go in there and shoot down the man that you're getting ready to fight, okay? When you're going in there and you, instead of saying, hey, listen, hey, so how do you see the fight? Who do you think won? Hey, listen, that's not even important. At the end of the day, it was a good fight. I was entertained by it. Hey, Haney, you got the win. Salute to both of y'all, but you got the win. I'm coming for you. Undisputed. Me and you. Simple. No, you tried to ride that wave again. That's what he did. And it's just like, for example, when people talk all this shit about Floyd, and I always say this, and I'm always going to say it. Oh, he talked too much. Oh, he's always bragging. Okay, well, y'all love Fury for doing it. You love Mike Perry for doing it. You love Conor McGregor for doing it. But at the same fucking time, it ends up being a situation where if Floyd wasn't a black dude, you can't tell me they wouldn't be saying the same shit. Oh, that's just Floyd being Floyd. We know what that is. We know that when people talking all that shit about Floyd, it kills them. That's why in 2023, they still keep bringing up him beating Canelo. They still keep bringing up, they always want to dig up something and try to, oh, Floyd was this and Floyd ducked people and Floyd was this, and I don't care if you're 50, it bothers them. No different. It took Serena Williams to retire. And I remember Serena Williams saying, if I was a man, okay, there's no way that they wouldn't say I was the greatest of all time with my accomplishments. All right? I remember her saying that. She's retired now. And what did they say during her final speech to send her off? She is no doubt the greatest tennis player of all time. I don't personally care about all that greatest of all time shit, but look at what she had to endure and go through. And all the criticism. I remember Serena Williams, they were so disrespectful to them. Two dominant black female players in tennis, to the point where I remember Serena Williams was playing somebody and she had to take her shoe off or something and took the sock off or whatever, she was readjusting it or whatever she was doing. And the fucking commentator said this, oh girl, get a pedicure. You're making all that money, like something like sarcastic, like damn, how unprofessional was that? You sit up here talking about the woman's foot or whatever the fuck. Like, I mean, it's like that, those little things. And John McEnroe would sit there and shit all over them and talk about how he beat both of them. And I didn't hear anybody jump on John McEnroe and address him by his nationality. No, you're a retired guy, but yet these women are still in shape, get out there, go and play and do whatever. They're still females though. Why are you so hell bent on trying to prove the Williams sisters aren't as good as people think they are? Why? Who have you ever heard John McEnroe talk like that about? So it's just disrespectful. Just straight up, it was like a complete animosity towards them. And he just didn't like anytime somebody gave Venus or Serena any credit. He always had some type of way to try to slight them. Why was that? So if we say fuck John McEnroe, racist ass motherfucker, do you think we care about how y'all feel? Because the only people that's going to feel some kind of way are racist ass motherfuckers who feel just like John McEnroe does. And that's why they feel some kind of way. I'm going to hold off on Clarissa because I got a video about her anyway as well for her victory last night. So we're going to get into that later. But at the same time, just saying, this is what I'm talking about. Nobody, Muhammad Ali is considered by most the greatest of all time. And you heard what he said at that time in his career. Nah, maybe about a year or so. He didn't feel like he was ready for Sonny just yet. So there's nothing wrong with being honest. You know, Ali said what he felt. It wouldn't make sense for him to say, oh yeah, I'm ready for listing right now. Let's say, okay, cool. And they go to make that fight and all of a sudden he don't want the fight. Well, what they gonna say? Yeah, he was scared, he ducked listing. And Ali said, everybody's ducking him, right? You heard what he said. They don't want to fight Liston. Liston was a brutal guy. So what did he say? Well, if he had a choice, he'd rather fight Patterson, right? Because why? Liston is way more brutal. Now, when that time passed, Ali had a completely different outtake. Now, I can fucking pull the receipt up right here. But he had a completely outtake, and he said at that point he beat Liston and Patterson. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, the confidence is there. I know what I can do now. I know I'm better now than I was then. You understand what I mean? So, just what I'm saying. So, for Shakur Stevenson, what he has to understand, and any of these other fighters, trying to play kiss ass ain't gonna get you anywhere. Calling people names and talking shit and talking about how you the best and you haven't really accomplished shit yet ain't gonna get you nowhere. All it's gonna do is have a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers picking sides, going back and forth, talking shit. But meanwhile, you don't have your country behind you. You're not getting the shots that you want. And at the same time, the majority of people are going to tell you that you're not ready. You understand what I'm saying? You're not ready. You ain't did shit yet. You don't belong there. Jerron Ennis, all these guys. Jared Anderson, all of these guys. So trying to play suck ass and trying to big up fighters from other countries, like thinking that that's going to get you over, nah, it's not going to get you anywhere. Again, if Shakur Stevenson would have said he would have smoked Mayweather out of his boots, all those people that's defending Pacquiao and making the nasty, unnecessary comments to Shakur, especially the racial shit, they wouldn't have said shit. They wouldn't have said nothing. And if they would have said something, it would have been something like, who want to see that? Two pillow-fisted guys. It would have been some sarcastic type of remark towards him. Well, they better wake up and understand that. And all of this because he said he'll smoke Manny Pacquiao out his boots. And there's more. There's a lot more comments. And I've seen other comments. Like this one they call him Coon Boy, all like, who's this Coon Boy and all this shit. Another big mouth black American, all, yeah, right. All of that. All of that. So all the people screaming racism and black privilege, man, please, if you screaming black privilege, you a racist piece of shit that just feel like black people are like lower than animals and you don't want to see black people have shit. Black privilege my ass, not in America, motherfucker. black privilege. Has some racist motherfucker showing videos and pictures of himself at a shooting range. Like, motherfucker, we all go to shooting ranges. We all got fucking guns and gun license. So what the fuck do you think what is that supposed to be impressing? Huh? You got a boxing channel, but you got videos of you over here at a shooting range. Like, motherfucker, if I give a fuck about you and your gun, punk ass motherfucker. Like, who that's supposed to intimidate? Black privilege in this country is real. Black people this, black people that. But see, when I attack a motherfucker, people don't understand I'm retaliating. They think I'm like, no, like I don't give a fuck what they think. But no, I'm not just saying shit just to say it. I retaliate. Then I get rid of them motherfuckers. They don't get life. And that's what bothers them. Because once you see like any one comment, for example, that a person make about someone in a derogatory way, or they try to degrade their name, then you see all the thumbs up from all these, because they all trying to ride, and they start trying to make conversation in your comment section. Oh, no, motherfucker. What you do when you see ants, termites or some shit, you get rid of them motherfuckers. Right? You exterminate them. Simple. That's what you do. You don't give them life. Don't let them breathe. Because that's what they're trying to do. So they want to come and spread hate on your channel, and they all trying to grow off of you with bullshit. That's all they're trying to do. That motherfucker ain't no boxing fan. He's some little novice motherfucker that his father probably hooked him some little bullshit ring or something in his backyard or whatever, little speed bag and shit. And because all he got was shooting guns and shit and talking about hunting bears and all that shit. Old country hillbilly ass motherfucker. And he answering questions. He's not even a subscriber, but just putting comments on my shit. Yeah. But I did and said what I had to do with that motherfucker. Plain and simple. That's how you got to do it. But y'all better wake up out there. All that ass kissing, man, I ain't never been a part of that, never will be. I was taught differently. I was always taught never be a fan of anybody's. You can respect and appreciate shit, but they're human beings just like you. They bleed, hurt, cut, sweat, everything just like you. Nothing special. They have a talent, they exploit it, and they was able to implement what they was doing to their craft. That's it. And no better than you are. And I've always grown up with that mentality. So ain't no starstruck shit. I ain't that motherfucker that to see Anthony Josh. Oh, if he speak, I pray. Hey, yeah, it's gone. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't gonna, yo, AJ, can I take a picture? Yo, can I get it? Nah. Never. I've never been that kind of person. So, Aries has no problem saying what he has to say and calling shit down the middle. But for all y'all that's cutting the check, before I close out this video, I just want to say, because I want to make an example of something. I've never been like an avid watcher of whatever the name of the show is with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. And we know Stephen A. Smith was on there before Sharp. Shannon Sharp, I remember him picking Floyd Mayweather to beat Manny Pacquiao. But I remember him saying, in that ring, Skip, in that ring, Floyd Mayweather is untouchable. Now, in person's life, as a man, I can't stand him. But in that ring, woo, Floyd, you, Skip, you can't touch Floyd in that ring, Skip. Why'd you even have to say, as a person, I can't stand him? Because that's what you call, I'm trying to appease Skip, even though I'm disagreeing with him. But see, people don't see through that. Did you see how Skip constantly shot Floyd down, lied, even told his father what did he say? They made a bet for, I think, for a suit or some money or some shit that Skip never fucking came through like he said he was gonna do. Lying ass motherfucker. But all of that. And it's like, he don't have to like Floyd. It's not about liking these. Like I keep saying, I don't know these motherfuckers. So when you might hear me say I like him as a fighter, I don't know these people as like personally. I don't know them. You might meet them in person and fight their assholes. And to be honest with you, the majority of people you meet, that's what they are. They're used to somebody kissing their ass and praising them all the time. So when they come across someone that doesn't do that shit, they're looking at you like, who do you think you are? Nah, bitch, I know who I am. Who the fuck you think you are? You don't get no special treatment from me. Simple. But now let's go fast forward to a couple months ago. Shannon Sharp was saying Tom Brady is not the same and that he's not putting up good numbers and that people keep saying what he's doing, attaching that to what he's done, but he's not doing that now. Now, whether it's the team being bad or because he's older, a combination of both or whatever, Skip Bayless turned this red as a fucking tomato and start destroying Shannon Sharp, who thought Skip was his friend. And you know what he told him? You disrespect him every chance you get. You know what that's jealousy, because he's way better than you ever were. And you're jealous that you never got to accomplish what Tom Brady has. Brady is not Skip Bayless' friend. Shannon Sharp thought he was his friend, though. And I don't see how Shannon Sharp could sit the fuck across from that motherfucker after all that and act like they're still cool. Like, nah, he showed you his true colors, right? Well, basically, the motherfucker got so mad and was like, basically going after Shannon. And then Shannon Sharp got mad and was like, you won't talk to me. All because I said I don't think that Tom Brady is putting up all-star or whatever the fuck, super like a good, he's not putting up good numbers, okay, whatever. And you gonna come at me because you disrespect him. I mean, like, he was pissed. Why you think that is? If Shannon Sharp is your fucking friend, Tom Brady is just, you know of him as a football player. That's all. You're not friends with this guy. Probably never even met Tom Brady. But regardless, because your friend doesn't see him the way you do, you shoot him down? Yeah, well, Shannon Sharp got fired from that show. And you hear he left the show. He went at it with Kwame Brown. They was going back and forth. And it was said that Shannon Sharp had some thugs coming to try to approach Kwame Brown's house. And I don't know if it's rumor, if it's true, because people dramatize shit, but it was a lot of shit going on. Shannon Sharp over here at the fucking game, whatever team John Morant played for, ready to fight these dudes over fucking LeBron James comments, right? And I'm like, you a 50-year-old fucking 50-plus-year-old fanboy actually ready to fucking fight because they said something about another grown-ass man in LeBron James. And he's a fanboy, yes. And talking all that shit, and I remember him being there, Skip, I was ready for whatever they had. For what I apologize for my action because I let my anger got the best of me, but I was ready for whatever they had. But you know what was funny? He went at Kwame Brown, talked all this shit, talked tough, he ready to fight. I remember he got mad and took his glasses off, and that old nerd Skip Bayless, put your glasses back on. Where was that same energy with Skip? Huh? Skip! Where was that same energy with Skip Bayless? This is exactly the point what I'm saying. We so quick to want to fucking put hands on each other. But anybody that don't look like us, somehow we sympathize with. Somehow, no matter how mad you get, you don't swing a punch or you don't react the same way. You over here ready to fight a team of basketball players over another fucking man. And this ain't no brotherhood unity with LeBron James. You just a fanboy. This is exactly the point that I'm talking about with people. And people don't see it. So, like I said, I know when people talking that shit about Floyd, it ain't because of he talks, because it's a young, black, rich motherfucker who did shit his way. And they can't claim him because he's not one of them. That's referring to the people that think like that. I understand what that was. People had the nerve to call Muhammad Ali racist. Do you know what the fuck he went through in the time he came up? And you calling him racist? And he's reacting to the treatment he's getting from people? But he's racist. All that kind of bullshit. Y'all better wake the fuck up and see what's going on, man. You see all these motherfuckers jumping in front of cameras like I said, yo, man, that nigga can't fuck with me. I mean, he all right, man. But like, yo, come on, bro. I fuck dude up, yo. I'll piece that nigga up, yo. Y'all think that these people laughing with you, they laughing at you. For one, you sound ignorant as fuck when you talk like that. Two, that's how they see you. A bunch of dumb, ignorant niggas that's jumping in front of a fucking camera, insulting each other to try to buck dance and impress who? But then somebody that don't support you, their country don't support you, y'all jump up and speak so highly of them. Just saying. It is what it is. But until y'all wake the fuck up, y'all gonna keep doing the same things, making the same ignorant ass mistakes. And y'all gonna learn when you're in front of these cameras, even if the fucking person interviewing you is black, does not mean they have your best interests in mind. And when you are being interviewed and you're answering questions, now, you were just being honest, right? You think you just smoked them out your boots. Well, guess what? Your fellow Americans are insulting you as well, white and black. And this is where people don't see unity. They don't expect you to do anything different. Y'all don't see it as buck dancing, but that's exactly what the fuck it is. Just like, for example, before I close this video, I don't give a shit about politicians. A politician is a politician to me. And I don't think any of them are honest. But I can remember when Obama got elected, I was working at a nursing home at the time. And I remember we were on the supervisor's lounge. And I can remember this one white nurse just talking bold and loud. My problem with black people is They only voted for Obama because he's black. So I said to her, well, let me ask you something, Blondie. Do you have a problem with white people that didn't or won't vote for Obama because he's black? Do you have that same problem with them? Couldn't say nothing. Stupid look on her face. And I went and reported her monkey ass. Why? This motherfucker got so bold to the point where after how many times she done told different nurses and aides that certain things are not appropriate to say on the job, she forgot that. Because her racist ass heart got the better of her, and she didn't give a fuck that it was other black people in that room. The problem was she was a nurse, and the black people were nurse aides, afraid to say something they might lose their job. Not to mention it was West Indian, so they wasn't going to really say nothing anyway. You understand what I'm saying? But I was in a different department. I was a supervisor too. It didn't make a difference. Yeah. So when everybody else was sitting there scared to speak up, don't come kissing my ass because I wrote her up. And then her ass got suspended for that shit. And she wound up leaving like 2 weeks later after that because she was so embarrassed. Yeah. But no. She also made a comment, oh my God, these nurse aides drive better vehicles than I do. Oh, this and that. I mean, what is this? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, those nurse aides are doing overtime after overtime after overtime. So in other words, I make way more money than them and they drive better vehicles than me. We're paying these people too much. Huh? Fuck would you care? You should be proud that you have people that's working, that's there, and they're proud of their jobs, and they earn their keep, right? That's what you call a racist motherfucker. You sitting up here judging what somebody is and isn't and mad because they have better vehicles than you, so you in competition with them, right? Think I didn't see and realize all that shit? And this is why when I created this fucking channel, I didn't create this channel for it to become a fucking race war. But it's like I said, people got me fucked up. They thinking the wrong shit. Like, motherfucker, you think Aries don't see and understand? Y'all come on my channel, and like I said, a lot of people, I see them on other channels making racist ass remarks and then come on my channel trying to act like everything chill. Nah, I don't change my stance. If I feel something, I'm going to say it. If I feel that it's necessary to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. I'm not sitting there trying to appease no one group of people. I'm black all the way. That's who the fuck I am. And I stand with my people the same way Ukrainians stand with their people, British stand with their people, Mexicans stand with their people. You fucking right. But at the same fucking time, we're here to talk about boxing. But you got to educate motherfuckers. Because if you don't, they just be all over the place running their mouth and then they get your ideals mixed up. And like I said, if you're an ass kisser, even what we agree on, there's going to be shit we don't agree on. And that's when your true color's going to come out. Because at the same time, it's going to be, oh, but I thought Aries was different. Aries is different. But Aries stand alone and stand on his own too. Aries don't follow no fucking body. And I don't go with the popular thing to say. You should know by now. And if you don't, you're going to learn that shit. So, Shakur Stevenson and all these other guys, y'all need to wake the fuck up and watch what come out y'all fucking mouths. Because y'all be saying some outlandish shit to each other. Like I said, but praise other people who come from a country that don't support you, don't care nothing about you, and the fighters that you supporting, that you speaking so highly of, don't support you. The most that they can do is be honest and speak the truth about, hey man, the dude whooped my ass. Simple. He was the better. That's what you might as well do. But other than that, nah. Care nothing about y'all. Look in the comment sections. Black this, black that, black this. Even called him Coon Boy. Who is this Coon Boy? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.